Understanding the subtle signs of attraction can be a tricky endeavor, especially when someone is too nervous to openly express their feelings. If you've ever noticed a guy acting differently around you, being a little quieter, more fidgety, or suddenly trying to make you laugh at the most random moments, you might be seeing signs that he's secretly in love with you but doesn't have the courage to admit it. It's common for people, especially those who are shy or insecure, to struggle with openly showing their emotions. They may fear rejection or are simply unsure of how to express their feelings. As a result, their attraction often comes out in the form of subtle, almost imperceptible actions that can easily be missed if you're not paying attention. These small gestures are their way of silently communicating their affection without taking the plunge into verbal confession. One of the most common signs is how a guy will position his body when he's around you. Despite being in a crowded room, he might unconsciously turn toward you, his body naturally drawn to your presence. This type of body language reveals that, even though he may seem distant or distracted, his focus is on you, and he wants to connect with you on a deeper level. It's these small movements, like his gaze or the way he orients himself towards you, that offer the most honest clues about his feelings. Another major clue is how he interacts with you compared to others. A guy who's secretly in love will often act differently around you, more nervous, more considerate, or even more awkward than he does around his friends or other people. This shift in behavior is a telltale sign that he's trying to mask his feelings out of fear or uncertainty. His awkwardness can sometimes be a shield to protect himself from potential rejection, but it's also a clear indicator that he's emotionally invested in you and doesn't want to make any missteps. He may also exhibit behaviors like avoiding eye contact or looking away quickly when you catch him staring at you. His nervousness makes it difficult for him to hold your gaze, even though his attraction to you is undeniable. He might also try to make you smile or laugh, even if it means telling a joke that falls flat or making light of an awkward situation. His goal is simple: to create a moment of connection and make you feel comfortable around him, all while testing the waters to see if you feel the same way. These seemingly small and innocent actions, like light teasing or offering you help when you haven't asked for it, can tell you more than words ever could. When a guy cares for you but is afraid of directly saying so, he might express his feelings through thoughtful gestures and subtle compliments, hoping that his actions will speak louder than his nervous silence. The way he remembers little details about your preferences or habits speaks volumes about his emotional investment. It's his way of showing you that he's paying attention, that you matter to him. In this script, we'll explore the 15 signs that a guy might be secretly in love with you but too nervous to show it. These signs are the little clues that give him away, if you know where to look. Whether it's the way he tries to make you laugh, his nervous fidgeting, or how he remembers the smallest details about you, each of these signs is a piece of the puzzle that reveals the deeper emotions he's holding back. This introduction sets the stage for your script, providing a framework for the 15 signs and explaining why subtle actions often speak louder than words when it comes to attraction and nervousness. 1. The subtle glances he keeps giving you when you're not looking. It's often the small, unnoticed details that give away someone's feelings. When a guy is interested in you but too nervous to express it directly, one of the most telling signs is his gaze. He may steal glances at you when you're not paying attention, just to get a glimpse of you. These fleeting looks often happen when you're engaged in a conversation with someone else, or when you're focused on something else entirely. His eyes may linger just a moment longer than necessary, or he might quickly look away when he realizes you've caught him. This nervousness around eye contact shows that he's attracted to you but feels a bit insecure about how you might perceive his intentions. The way he looks at you speaks volumes. His gaze may soften, indicating admiration, or even flicker with a sense of longing. In some cases, he might avert his eyes when you turn to face him, making it obvious that he was watching you from a distance. These subtle glances are not just a sign of attraction, but also a reflection of his inner hesitation. If you notice him often looking at you out of the corner of your eye, it's a clear indicator that he's waiting for you to notice him. He's too nervous to approach you directly, so he takes solace in these silent moments. His glances are his way of keeping his feelings close while still trying to express them in the safest way possible, through his eyes. 2. How he always seems to find a reason to be around you. When a guy is secretly in love with you but hesitant to show it, he'll often find reasons, no matter how small, to be near you. This could mean him showing up at the same places you frequent, casually running into you in the hallway, or making excuses to spend time around you at work or social gatherings. These actions are not coincidental. He's trying to be in your presence because it gives him a chance to observe you and possibly get closer without directly stating his intentions. It's his way of feeling connected to you, even if he doesn't have the courage to admit how much he cares. For instance, he might start hanging out with your group of friends more often, even if it's just to be near you. He may ask about things you're interested in, simply so he can offer to help or be around when you're involved in those activities. He's likely doing this out of fear of rejection. And so, rather than risking making his feelings known, he takes a more indirect approach by seeking out opportunities to just be near you. Another way he may find reasons to be around you is by offering help in situations that he knows you will be in, like volunteering for a task at work or school that puts him in your orbit. Even though his actions may seem random or unrelated, they are actually calculated attempts to stay close and hopefully catch your attention. 3. The way he smiles whenever you talk to him. A smile can be one of the most powerful ways to communicate emotions, and when a guy is nervous about showing affection, it's often the first sign of his feelings. If you notice that his smile lights up every time you talk to him, it's likely a reflection of how much he enjoys your presence, even if he's too shy or uncertain to express his feelings verbally. When he's around you, his smile may seem wider, more genuine, or even a bit nervous. He can't hide how much he appreciates talking to you. Sometimes, this smile may appear the moment you make eye contact with him, or it could happen when you say something that resonates with him. His nervousness may cause him to smile quickly or even shyly, but these smiles are his way of signaling warmth and attraction. In many cases, his smile will be accompanied by other signs of nervousness, like his fidgeting, looking down, or change in his voice tone. He's happy to talk to you, but because he's unsure of how to take things to the next level, his smile serves as a safe, nonverbal way of showing his interest. The way his face lights up when you speak to him is a clear sign that he's trying to convey more than just friendship, but his shyness keeps him from being more overt. Every time you engage with him, that smile is a signal that he values your interaction and is hoping that, maybe, you'll notice how much he cares. 4. His nervous fidgeting when you're near. Nervous fidgeting is a common sign of anxiety, especially when someone is in the presence of someone they are attracted to but unsure how to express their feelings. When a guy likes you but is too nervous to show it, his body language can often give him away. One of the most common manifestations of this nervous energy is fidgeting. If you notice that he's constantly adjusting his clothes, tapping his foot, shifting in his seat, or playing with his hands when you're nearby, it's likely that he's feeling anxious in your presence. These small, repetitive actions are his body's way of releasing the tension he's feeling, as he's not entirely sure how to behave around you. Fidgeting is also a subconscious attempt to calm his nerves. He may feel self-conscious about how he's coming across, especially if he's afraid you might notice that he's acting differently than usual. His nervousness may even lead to some clumsy or awkward movements, like knocking something over or avoiding direct eye contact. However, fidgeting isn't just about being nervous, it can also signal interest. When someone is genuinely interested in you, their brain becomes more elate and stimulated. The fidgeting reflects their heightened emotions and their attempt to manage the excitement that comes from being close to someone they have feelings for. So, if you notice him acting unusually fidgety around you, it's a good sign that he's attracted to you but doesn't yet have the confidence to be open about it. His body's natural response is to act nervously, giving you a glimpse of his internal struggle. 5. The way he tries to help you without you asking. One of the most telling signs that a guy likes you, but is too nervous to admit it, is his eagerness to assist you with anything, even when you haven't asked for help. This behavior stems from his desire to be close to you, to make a positive impression, and to subtly show you that he cares, without overstepping any boundaries. For example, he might offer to carry your books or help you with a task, even if it's something you could easily handle on your own. While these gestures might seem like simple acts of kindness, they are often more than that. He's trying to demonstrate his affection in a low-key way, hoping that these small actions will communicate his feelings without needing to say anything directly. The key thing to notice here is that his offers of help tend to be proactive. He won't wait for you to ask, he'll take the initiative. This shows that he's paying attention to your needs and wants to be involved in your life, even in small ways. It's his way of being there for you and showing you that he's dependable and caring, qualities that are often crucial in romantic relationships. Even though he might be nervous about revealing his true feelings, these gestures of assistance reflect a deeper emotional connection. He's trying to make you feel special by stepping up to support you. But his nervousness keeps him from taking the next step in expressing his emotions more openly. 6. How he remembers the smallest details about you. When a guy likes you but is too nervous to openly confess his feelings, one of the most telling signs is his ability to remember even the tiniest details about you. This could be anything from your favorite color to the way you like your coffee or an offhand remark you made about a personal experience. He's not doing this just out of politeness. He's actively listening and taking mental notes because he cares about you and wants to be closer to you. His attention to detail is a reflection of his interest in you and his desire to understand you better. For him, these small facts represent a way to connect with you on a deeper level, even if he doesn't express it verbally. The beauty of these small details is that they show he's paying close attention to you, and not just in a casual way. He remembers what makes you laugh, what you care about, and even what makes you uncomfortable. This level of attentiveness often comes naturally when someone is emotionally invested, but too nervous to say so. If you've ever noticed that he recalls things you've shared in passing and uses them to make you feel seen or appreciated, it's a strong indication that he values you more than he lets on. This ability to remember small details is his way of showing affection, without needing to explicitly declare his feelings. He's quietly building a mental connection with you, hoping that you'll eventually notice how much he cares. 7. His body language. Facing you, even in a crowd. One of the most subtle but revealing signs of attraction is how a person positions themselves when they are around someone they like. If you notice that, even in a crowded room, his body naturally turns toward you, it's a strong indication that he's focused on you, even if he doesn't say a word. When someone is interested in another person, they tend to position their body to face them, whether they are talking to someone else or standing in a group. This behavior is instinctive, driven by a subconscious desire to connect with the person they are attracted to. It shows that they are comfortable and engaged, even in a social setting where distractions abound. In a crowded environment, it's easy to overlook body language, but if you observe closely, you'll notice that he makes a deliberate effort to orient his body towards you. Whether it's through his posture, slight movements, or even his gaze, he's positioning himself in a way that signals his interest. This body language speaks volumes. It shows that, despite the chaos around him, he's tuned into you and that you have his attention. His desire to face you in a crowd could be a way for him to feel closer to you without verbally expressing his feelings. It's a clear sign that he's trying to make a connection, but his nervousness keeps him from taking more direct action. If you notice this pattern happening frequently, it's a telltale sign that he wants you to notice him, but is waiting for the right moment to make his feelings known. His body language is his way of subtly showing his attraction, hoping you'll pick up on it without him having to say anything. 8. How he avoids eye contact, but can't help looking at you. When someone is nervous about their feelings but is deeply attracted to you, their eyes can betray them. A common sign is avoiding direct eye contact while simultaneously sneaking glances at you when you're not looking. This kind of behavior is a mix of shyness, uncertainty, and a strong desire to connect. If he consistently looks away when you meet his gaze, it could be his way of managing his anxiety. He may be worried that if you catch him staring at you, it'll be too obvious or that you'll know how much he likes you. Despite this, his eyes will still be drawn to you, often when he thinks you're not paying attention. These stolen glances are a clear indication that he's interested in you, but is afraid of being too forward. In many cases, when someone avoids eye contact, they are trying to protect themselves from vulnerability. If he's too nervous to speak about his feelings, his eyes become the only way he can express his emotions without risking rejection. The moment you catch him looking at you, he may quickly look away or turn his gaze to something else. This behavior, while subtle, reveals his attraction and his inner conflict. He wants to make eye contact because it creates a deeper connection, but his fear of how you might react causes him to look away. If you notice this pattern, it's a clear sign that he's holding back his feelings but can't help being drawn to you. 9. The way he compliments you, but in a subtle, understated way. Compliments are one of the most common ways to express admiration. But when a guy is nervous about his feelings, his compliments often come in a more understated, almost casual way. Instead of saying something overtly romantic, he might compliment you on your intelligence, style, or the way you carry yourself. His compliments may feel like they are not too direct, but they still reflect how much he notices and admires you. For example, instead of saying, "You're beautiful," he might say, "You always look put together," or "You have such a unique way of thinking." These types of compliments are less intense but still show that he's paying attention to you and values you. What makes these compliments different is their subtlety. He's trying to express his attraction without making it obvious or putting himself in a vulnerable position. He doesn't want to overstep, so he keeps it light, but the admiration behind the words is still clear. His nervousness keeps him from giving more overt compliments, but is still trying to show you that he thinks you're special in his own quiet way. The way he compliments you in an understated manner also reflects his desire to make you feel good without making things awkward. He's aware that a direct compliment might make you uncomfortable, so he goes for something that feels more natural, yet still communicates his feelings. If you notice this type of subtle complimenting, it's a clear sign that he has an emotional investment in you, but is too nervous to express it openly. 10. How he acts different around you compared to others. When a guy likes you but is nervous about admitting it, one of the most obvious signs is how he behaves around you compared to others. His behavior may shift subtly, reflecting his deeper feelings for you. This might include him being extra attentive, quieter, more nervous, or even more considerate around you than he is with other people. If you notice that he becomes more polite, a little shy, or even clumsy when you're around, it's a good indication that he's harboring feelings for you. His nervous energy manifests in ways that show he's aware of your presence and wants to make a good impression. For instance, he may be overly careful with his words or try a little harder to impress you, even if it's just by making you laugh or offering help when it's not necessary. On the other hand, when he's with his friends or in a group, his behavior may be more relaxed and carefree. He might joke around, be louder, or simply act in a way that feels more comfortable and less self-conscious. The contrast in how he acts around you versus others is a strong indicator that his feelings for you make him more self-aware and perhaps even more cautious. The difference in his behavior could also be related to his emotional vulnerability. He's aware that he might get judged or rejected by you, so he tends to guard himself more around you, trying not to make any mistakes or show how nervous he is. If you observe him acting differently when you're around, it's likely because he's attracted to you but too nervous to show it outright. 11. The way he seems nervous or awkward around you. Nervousness and awkwardness often go hand in hand when someone is secretly in love but unsure how to express their feelings. If a guy acts more nervous or awkward around you, it's a clear sign that he likes you but doesn't have the confidence to open up. You may notice that he stumbles over his words, fidgets with his clothes, or gets easily distracted when you're around. He might laugh a bit too much at your jokes, even when they aren't that funny, or over-explain things just to fill the silence. These behaviors are natural reactions when someone feels a lot of pressure to make a good impression but isn't sure how to do so. In more extreme cases, he might avoid direct eye contact, blush, or struggle with basic social cues. He could act like he's in a rush to leave or seem overly polite, as if he's trying to act normal, but his nervousness betrays him. These actions happen because, despite his strong feelings for you, he's unsure how to navigate the situation and is anxious about your response. His nervousness may also come across in his body language, such as tense shoulders, a stiff posture, or even pacing. These are all signs of someone who is experiencing inner turmoil, trying to balance their feelings while keeping their cool. If you notice him acting unusually nervous or awkward around you, it's likely because he cares about you deeply but doesn't have the courage to express it directly. 12. How he's always listening closely to what you say. One of the most subtle signs that a guy is interested in you, but too nervous to make his feelings known, is how closely he listens to you when you talk. He may not always show it, but is paying attention to everything you say. This isn't just casual listening. It's an active effort to learn more about you and connect with you on a deeper level. If you notice that he remembers things you've mentioned in passing, or brings up details from past conversations, it's a clear sign that he values what you're saying and wants to make you feel heard. For instance, if you mention a book or movie you like, and he later references it in a conversation, it shows that he's not just listening for the sake of it. He's genuinely interested in you and what you enjoy. His attentiveness could also manifest in the way he asks follow-up questions or seeks to understand you better. He may focus more on the topics that matter most to you, trying to connect with you emotionally by diving deeper into your thoughts and feelings. The key difference here is that he's not listening to respond, he's listening to understand. His nervousness may make him hesitant to share his own feelings directly, but by being attentive to you, he's silently showing that he cares. The fact that he absorbs even the smallest details about your life reveals his emotional investment and his quiet hope that you'll recognize how much he values you. 13. His attempts to make you laugh or smile, even when it's not funny. When a guy likes you but is too nervous to admit it, one of the most common ways he tries to get your attention is by making you laugh or smile. Even if his jokes aren't that funny or his humor falls flat, the effort he puts into making you happy speaks volumes about his feelings. His intention isn't just to entertain you, it's to connect with you on an emotional level, to make you feel good in his presence. This is his way of creating a light-hearted, positive atmosphere that encourages you to feel comfortable around him. He may crack jokes, do something goofy, or even make light of awkward situations, all in hopes of seeing that smile on your face. Even if his jokes are corny or awkward, he'll likely continue trying because your reaction means everything to him. He might laugh at his own jokes a little harder than necessary, or even try different approaches just to see if you respond with a smile. For him, seeing you happy or hearing your laughter is a form of validation, signaling that he's doing something right, even if it's in a small way. These attempts at humor are also a reflection of his nervousness. He's not just trying to entertain. He's hoping to break the ice, to make the situation feel more relaxed and less intimidating. His lightheartedness is his way of testing the waters, hoping that his playful side will be enough to make you see how much he cares, without him having to say it directly. 14. How he teases you lightly, but it's always in a fun, gentle way. Light teasing is another way someone who likes you but is too nervous to express it openly may try to engage with you. It's a playful attempt to connect, show interest, and get you to notice him, all without overstepping boundaries. If you've noticed that he teases you, but in a way that feels more fun than mean-spirited, it's a strong sign that he's drawn to you and wants to create a special dynamic with you. Teasing often happens when a guy wants to create a playful, light-hearted interaction. He might poke fun at something minor, like your choice of clothing, the way you talk, or your preferences in a non-offensive manner. His intention is not to put you down, but to create a bit of banter that sparks connection. It's his way of breaking the ice without revealing how deeply he feels. The key thing to notice here is the tone and intention behind the teasing. If it's light-hearted, gentle, and not meant to hurt you, it's an indication that he's trying to get closer to you without being too overt. He's testing the waters to see how you respond and hoping that this playful back and forth will bring you closer without pushing you away. This form of teasing shows a certain level of emotional vulnerability. He's using humor as a way to express his affection without directly saying how he feels. It's his attempt at building rapport with you while trying to navigate the nervousness that comes with being attracted to someone. 15. The little gestures that show he cares, even if he doesn't say it out loud. Sometimes, the most significant signs of affection come in the form of small, thoughtful gestures. When a guy is nervous about revealing his feelings for you, he may express his affection in ways that aren't immediately obvious but still speak volumes. These little gestures, such as holding the door open, offering you a seat, or remembering to ask if you've eaten, all show that he cares deeply for you, even if he doesn't have the courage to say it outright. These actions may seem minor on the surface, but they reveal a lot about his emotional investment. It's clear that he's paying attention to your needs and making an effort to show you he's there for you, without expecting anything in return. This is his way of expressing affection through actions, as words may feel too vulnerable for him to say just yet. You might notice that he goes out of his way to make you feel comfortable or offer help, even when it's not necessary. He might pick up something you dropped, offer to carry your things, or send you a message asking if you're okay after a stressful day. While these actions might not seem like grand romantic gestures, they are incredibly meaningful because they show that he's thinking about you and cares about your well-being. Even if he doesn't verbally express his feelings, these little gestures are his way of quietly communicating that he has affection for you. It's a reflection of his nervousness to say it out loud, but also his desire to show you that he cares in a way that feels safe for him.